All right, so yeah, we're gonna be switching up back to going to, just going to our 16x pop runs. That was a lot of fun to do that, just ridiculous nonsense. But that's something I think I can only do so long in one sitting. All right, so 16x pop, no respawn. So just these settings. We have most of our settings on their defaults. Oh yeah, helicopter is once. Do I want to leave it on once? I kind of want to put on sometimes and just deal with it. I'm going to turn it back into sometimes. I know it's a mistake, but I'm going to deal with it. Allow minimap, that's fine. For this one, I'm going to turn on all known map. And the only reason to do is that way I know each and every building is. So we can just go around wiping out any buildings we see. And as you can see for that, we have respawn hours, so there's no respawns. Peak day is 1, and we have all the zombie sets. Wait, did that say 5? Okay, sorry. I was about to say, like, wait, did they change the max? No. So this is the absolute maximum number of zombies you have. And you probably look at this and go, but wait, doesn't this make 64 times? No, start and peak do not stack. They kind of replace each other. So whether you have a lot of zombies early or a lot of zombies late, so by having those both at 4, it's just these two multiplying, so it's 16 times. Okay, and not only do we do that, we choose our rough start build, which means we're obese, unfit, weak, and slow healer. And we just get a whole bunch of nice perks. Anyone looking at this would say, but aren't there better perks in this? Yes. Almost certainly. Almost certainly there are better choices than this. This is not a good build. Here is my fitness and strength. You'll notice there's nothing here. This is not a good build. If you're a beginner, this is terrible. If you're a veteran, it's still terrible. But I like it. It's the zero to hero build. So with 16 times pop and the random spawn mod, random spawn means I don't know. Are we just in Ekron? Did we just spawn in the pharmacy in Ekron at the beginning? That tells you how much I've been to Ekron. I'm just like, oh, it's Ekron Pharmacy. The downside is Ekron Pharmacy isn't going to do anything for us in regards to weapons or food or... Well, no, there's a kitchen in the back. Never mind. I wonder if I can actually hold my ground in the Ekron Pharmacy. Wear your mask. Gotta be safe. Well, those are technically weapons. Yeah, but at these populations, when I walk outside the door, we're going to aggro and I'm not going to be able to make it into that building. Like, realistically, I'm going to pop by one of these windows, and we're going to get spotted, and that'll be that. Why are you inching around weird? Why are you inching around all weird? It's really messing me up. Yeah, no, the one we're doing, the Frozen Cryogenic Winter, that character did die. I have exclamation mark RIP for the end of it. The long story short was we were at the gymnasium, found a katana, went on an absolute tear where we killed like probably a good couple hundred zombies. Where I even was calling myself out that like I was being absurdly reckless and all that. But it was just like standing on the pile, just piling up the zombie corpses. And eventually, going that ridiculously dangerous, you're going to get killed. And that's what happened. Now, I'm a little hopeful. As you mentioned, there's the country club, or not country club, the country store across the street. So that'll probably have a good number of weapons we can use. So I am hoping that kinda low-key we'll be able to just pull a couple zombies here and there and slowly work our way across. Realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't. But I'm going to try. How many kills do you think a katana could get without breaking? The biggest thing that's going to dictate that is your maintenance skill. I would guess we were at, I think it was maintenance 4, getting pretty close to 5 if I remember correctly. I would be surprised if we didn't kill at least, what would you say, like 200 or 300 zombies, something like that. I think with like a full-on 10 maintenance, you could probably push up to like maybe in the area of like 900, 1,000 zombies, give or take. You see nothing, zombie. We're all chill here. Now, every time I've done this in the past, you know, we've sat and read a book before pushing around. When I've tried to get out of the place, I've gotten absolutely murdered because I'll just be overwhelmed. Yeah, usually the way durability works on weapons is every time you hit something with the weapon, it rolls a dice that says, you know, 0 in 30, 0 in 50, like whatever the amount is. And, you know, you damage it if you lose the roll. So like the crowbar, it's something like 1 in 70 chance you damage it per swing. The way you increase your maintenance skill is by hitting zombies with your weapon. There's a couple other things, but mostly it's hitting zombies with weapons and not breaking your weapon. Which is why the crowbar is such an effective way to level it, is because you hit so often, it's so rare you actually damage your weapon, that you get the tiniest bit of experience each time you don't damage it. Basically, fight more zombies. And I shouldn't be in here reading this book, but electrical skills one I want to get early, so yep. But yeah, generally what I tell people when it comes to leveling these skills is for fitness and strength, just play your character. You'll get them. There are things you can do to help it, like exercise and all that, but if you play your character, you will get those over time. But yeah, alright. Yep. And this is where we're going for 16x pop, no respawns. The goal is to clear the world. But usually I'll tell people is like, these two, if you're just playing your character, they'll go up. Don't worry about it. You can exercise to help them out, but don't worry about it. You'll get there. These 4, you have to actually do stuff. Like to gain sprinting, you gotta sprint. The Lightfoot and sneaking, you gotta sneak around. Nimble, you gotta be in your combat stance, so this movement, where you hold right click, and then that'll go up. Your combat, just use weapons, whatever weapon you're using, it'll level. This is fighting. Straightforward. Firearms, same. You just use your gun, it'll go up. And then when it comes to crafting and survival, you just do whatever skill is here to level them. Like whatever they offer you, you just do that thing. Alright, so I feel like going out the back door is probably not what I want to do. It's definitely not what I want to do. Shift works. Shift is all you need. Oh, you're bored? Don't worry, that boredom's gonna go away real quick. Nope, we already aggroed too many for the to push in there. So we're being evicted from town. This is how all 16x pop usually starts. You loot your first building, maybe get 1 or 2 things, and then you get evicted from town. I do think both shift and alt sprinting will help it. I don't know if it makes any kind of difference, but I know shift does work. So, ooh, that's rough. That house is burned down. Luckily I don't care about it. Oh yeah, nimble levels super slowly. Yeah, this is the absolute maximum number of zombies you can have in the game. We're in a an area that's considered low to medium-ish population. So it's not quite low pop, not quite medium pop, somewhere in between. This actually is the town I like to start at the most, or rather, deal with first for doing this type of run. Because it's got a bookstore, it's got a gas station, it's got multiple places you can get tools, so while you're really terrible at combat and all that, before you've leveled stuff up, it's got a little bit of everything. The population isn't too high. So this is a town called Ekron. So if you let... Oh, wait, never mind, I can't pull up the map while paused. But if you look at the map, it's a bit west of center of the map. So it's south of Riverside, south of West Point, west of Muldrow, north of Rosewood. But it's a town that basically takes up like 2 roads. There's this main road that goes through here, and then there's a little road that does like an L off on the left. It's a bunch of like not quite as nice as like suburban homes, kind of pretty okay-ish homes. But that's one reason why we grabbed all the food, is we figured we were going to get evicted immediately. So we wanted all the food we can get. Unfortunately, we did not find a water bottle of any kind. And that's going to be a huge pain in the butt if we don't find one. But what I'm going to do is there is an ice cream parlor and like farmer's market down this way. The hope is to get down there, ditch the zombies, grab all the food we can out of the farmer's market, take it over to the ice cream parlor, and dump it all in their freezer. That way we have food for a good while. This is a playthrough that, while it'll be perpetual violence and all that, will be slow and meticulous, that I'm going to have to fight through every one of these hordes to get back into town. Trivial isn't the word I would use, I would say empty. Because the zombies are always dangerous, but you walk around going, where are the zombies at? I will say, it starts off feeling really easy, but then, you know, again, you start Superman complexing, put yourself in danger. All it takes is that one zombie, you know, that you don't notice out of the corner of your eye, you walk into a house, walks in behind you and grabs you, that ends it. But like, for example, 4x pop still feels decent. Like, you don't go, oh, this isn't even interesting, there's not enough zombies or anything. It's really when you cut down the pops a lot that's like, oh. Yep, that'll get you. I mean, honestly, so the last couple times I've done these runs where we've got them going really, really well, the last one we died because we didn't clear around the outside of a building that we went into. And so when we went in the garage, we stepped back out of the garage. I thought the main room was clear because I'd been there like barely 30 seconds before. But while we had gone in, a zombie had seen us through the window, climbed through the broken window, didn't make any noise whatsoever. So I strolled on out of the garage, completely confident that I was effectively safe, didn't have my weapon ready or anything. Walked right by him. Now, in that particular case, the zombie just walked in without making noises. They'll do it once in a while. It's not often, but you will have times the zombie just kind of goes for a stroll. There is the occasional ninja zombie. I mean, there's been a few times on here that I've been walking around that we'll cut across a corner or whatever, and then they'll just go, oh, it's a whole horde that just got quiet. Alright, I think with as many zombies are still chasing us, there's a good chance I'm still going to have to pass the ice cream parlor, and then there's some farmhouses down here I might have to go to. Get situated there for just a minute, and then come back up, which is fine, because I probably do want to hit those places anyways. Faster now? No, not really. When you're playing on these level populations, you don't really notice a difference between redistribution and the migrations, honestly. I don't want to draw them across the building. I want to keep that building intact. Because what ends up happening is they're so densely populated, the zombies are basically pushing each other out. So they keep, like, shimmying out. Versus a proper migration, you'll see, like, a group of 10 just go strolling across the field at you or whatever. Yeah, usually with these super high ones, you don't run away, you just get out of town. You go figure out wherever you can find a place to sleep. Grab what weapons you can, grab what food you can, and then you use that as like your base of ops to kind of push your way back into town. Yeah, it's super difficult to stay in town because you clear an area, and then the zombies just all push into that area because it's an open spot for them to go. Which makes it super difficult. That's one of the reasons why I fully believe, unless you have a group, as a group, all the rules change. And I do kind of want to, like, I don't think the game will run well, but I do kind of want to get a group of people who feel very confident in their ability to fight, and then just go, let's you know, set up shop in whatever building, and that is our base of operations. Crank the pop to the absolute max, and just try and make it work. Yeah, so down here, these two are just stables, totally worthless. We're not even going to look at them. There's no loot in them. I can't remember what that building is, but yeah. And this is the reasons I went ahead and turned on the whole map. Is I've been down here enough I know this area, but we'll just kind of go building to building, make sure we get the loot, so we got all the weapons we have. Because another thing with 16x pop is you use whatever weapons you get. All of them. Every single one of them. Yes, 16x does mean 16 times as many zombies. Our settings are the base population is 4 times what it would normally be, and then the initial and peak populations are 4 times what they'd normally be. So the 4 initial and peak do stack. There's a zombie upstairs. Please don't break that. Cool, very first zombie gave us a watch. Love to see it. I instinctively wanted to take that tank top from doing our super frigid runs and all that. Switch to our jeans for just a little bit of defense. Thanks so much for that follow. Special Sid, welcome to the stream. Yes, this is the absolute maximum number of zombies the game supports without mods. Not that I've seen a mod that adds the pop.
Bums Away just subscribed.
Thank you for that sub, Bums Away. Welcome to the stream, and you've got your emotes, and thank you for supporting. And that is a Prime Gaming sub, and you only get one of those a month, and you were kind enough to spend it here. I really do appreciate that. This is a very weird track for this. I haven't actually tried it seriously. When we were just a minute ago and you watched us running around, that was 16x pop that we were doing in Louisville. Oh, we found the cooking show. That's good. I'm just going to watch it right away. This isn't the most efficient way to do it, but I'm just going to watch it immediately. Because I'm not worried about happiness, I'm just worried about hunger. Alright, so we got a bunch of food in this cabinet down here. I know they don't need to be refrigerated, but I want to put all my food in one place. Alright, there's no can opener, which isn't particularly helpful. If you, like, I don't think it would be reasonable for me to start in West Point or Louisville and try and fight from there and just, you know, fight from there for the go-go. But, okay. But fighting my way in would be fine. Normally I don't have too much performance issues. The one thing I'll say is if you are going to do any type of high pop content, the very first thing you want to do is blood decals. They turn them off. Just turn them off completely. Because what's going to happen is every time you kill a zombie, it puts a little blood splatter on the ground, and that stays there forever. So you do need to just go out of your way to clear that off. Alright, so what? Let's bring the eggplant with us. Let's bring this with us. Okay. Alright. So we've cleared out this place. Do you have the emergency channel? Because we're doing multiple helicopters. No. So get out of here. So we're not sleepy, we're just going to go right on to the next house. A zombie inside, and a bunch of corpses. Normally I like to bang on the doors, not, but I do want to preserve this house. Alright, that is what it is. Alright, let's bang on the door, get him out. Yeah, I don't have my decay turn. We did that on purpose. I really don't want to climb across this one, because that... I'll climb across the entire couch before I actually am able to defend myself. So let's go around. But yeah, turning up the corpse decay might not be a bad idea for really helping your performance, because it do get to the point that the corpses do pile up. There's a grill. We can keep that with us for a cooking source. Okay. Oh, and as long as I'm standing on this zombie, it can't hurt me. So that's the reason we did that movement like that, is we wanted to run, stand on the zombie real fast so it's pinned down, and then we'd worry about actually killing. And as I said, on these pop settings, anything that can be a weapon, you're going to use. I don't want any of that. Oh, first of all, you can have my socks. For right now, you can have my shirt. Actually, take all of this stuff. Anything that weighs anything, you can just take it. Have it all. Keep the jeans. They protect me. If it doesn't give us protection, we don't carry it. Alright, that'll teach us how to do some automotive, so that's good. Alright, we've got our sewing needle. That's one thing that's really nice. Okay, since they have a whole bunch of doors open, to try and make it as safe as we can, we don't bother checking these rooms until we're down to one door. That way we can't be flanked. Or not as easily flanked. A second sewing kit. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't need the extras. I'm not going to yeah, I'm not going to bother with the first aid kit. I will grab a pair of tweezers. Those we might ditch later. Your friends use the gnome me. I don't know what that sound is, but yep. These are not proving useful. I want weapons. A bowl is very useful. Always have a bowl. That'll be a bottle for water, so that's good. We can put water in that, so that's good. Frying pans are weapons. I'll take those as with the rolling pin. More food that we couldn't reasonably carry. Gonna pour this out so it's not as heavy. I mean, you can burn a day, it's just usually not the best use of your day. I'm going to grab the grill, and I'm grabbing this for later, because a grill can be used to cook when the power goes off. So we're going to drag that with us. I'm not going to carry it with me everywhere. Basically, the way you end up doing these kinds of runs is I'll have, like, this house is my quote-unquote base for right now. I'm not going to put any effort into, like, fortifying it or anything like that. I'm just going to dump my junk here. As soon as I can get my foothold at a base farther up forward, we'll just do it again. So you kind of have, like, a rolling base until you get to the point where, you're actually situated someplace you want to have long term. And all this meat is going to absolutely make us, you know, it's not going to be good for a wasteland, to say the least. Alright, what I should be doing with these, fill all these up with water. And I could sit them in here so if the water goes off, I have some spare water for a little while. But yeah, no, I generally find, like, if you're going to sit there and just try and forage for weapons, it's pretty tough now. Like, once you get enough skill, it's not bad, but the problem is getting to that point. So this is spare water for us. I don't actually want the bowl to have water in it. And just like this, you're going to get some mechanic skill. And again, I probably should wait till we read the books, but I'd rather just get the VHSs watched and then away with them. Oh yeah, there's so many things. It's like, I've just opened this can of beans. I ate half of it. I'm just going to put it back in my backpack completely open. It's fine. And even though I want to lose weight, we're just going to eat whatever we've got until the point that we, you know, have to, like, farm or whatever. The worst skills in the game? If you're talking about skills here, I don't want to go and say there's worst skills kind of thing. But there are skills that need some love, as it were. Alright, I don't want to carry all these weapons on me because I don't have the capacity. So for right now, I'm just going to toss that there, toss it there. I don't need tweezers right away. The thread can get out of here. The needle can get out of here. Okay, so we're not too bad now. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and go to sleep. But the skills I would like to see get attention is, one is metalworking. I just find the way you have to go about leveling it, destroying everything as your only option, kind of tedious.